Hello guys and welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. Today we're looking at the War Games Army Painter Mega Brush Set. I think this sets you back around about £40–50, depending on where you get it from. This one came from Goblin Games, and I will put the link in the description below. Definitely check them out if you're in the UK. There's some really good prices, good discounts, definitely worth checking them out. So, this set comes with 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 brushes. 10 brushes isn't bad. Now, Army Painter brushes are they're okay quality. I use them when doing commission painting because there's Parker's hand. Parker's decided to join us because he's really getting into the whole video thing. But yeah, so I use these brushes when doing commissions. Same as I use Games Workshop brushes when doing commissions. When I'm painting my own stuff, I like to use Winsor & Newton brushes, and that's my own personal opinion. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at these. This is going to be 2-part set. So yes, Parker is here. So we're going to have a look at just the brushes themselves today. And then in part 2, what we're going to do is we're going to mess around with them and try a few little things out. So we're going to see how they hold their point, how the dry brushing works, that kind of thing. See, Parker's getting in on this because he wants to learn to paint, much to my dismay. So, you get the box is just a box, just an area to keep these in. Then you get the little catalogue, the Army Painter catalogue. It's pretty good. It shows you kind of the steps on how you can paint with their stuff. So you can spray it, base coat it, and then dip it, and that covers everything, and then you're done. I've never been a fan of dipping. I've tried it once. It wasn't for me, but I know loads of people who do like it. Now, the clippers, both sets of clippers I really like. I find them quite useful. That craft knife is absolutely useless. It's flimsy. It feels like it's going to snap in your hand. It's not very good. The files I really like. Really like their glues and basing materials. And green stuff, you might as well just buy a massive roll of it from eBay. It's all pretty much a muchness that I've used previously. Then it's got some little tips on how to do plastic miniatures, on what sprays they do. I do like Army Painter sprays. Except they're white. Their white is hideous. I don't use it. And then there's some other stuff. So I'm not going to look through this whole book because, yeah, they send them out with their products. They're not the end of the world. We're looking at brushes. So, 10 brushes come in this massive box. I think maybe they could probably save on packaging, but there's probably to do with putting that magazine in there. So you get this little flappy thing, and you also get more adverts for their stuff, which is fair enough. And then we've got the 10 brushes themselves. So let's bust them open. Like I said, I use these for commission painting. They're okay. They're a decent enough quality, and you only need to replace them every sort of 6 months, I would say. If you don't look after them. If you look after them, obviously they will last longer. So the first one we're going to start with is this, which is the Vehicle Terrain Brush. Now, they seem to, last time I got one of these, actually, the bristles were really stiff. But these are actually pretty flexible, so that might be, I don't know, because I found that the stiffness was bad for dry brushing. You want a kind of damaged, stiffish brush. But for me, they were a bit too stiff, and it just seemed to chip off paint. So that wasn't ideal. And then, next thing we've got is the large dry brush. Again, it's an okay quality brush. It's very synthetic, obviously. So you're basically getting what you pay for with regards to it. Now, they have actually changed from what I can see, this small dry brush. The one I used to have was really good. And it was kind of a more flattened point. This kind of goes, flattened point, you know what I mean, so like a flattened tip. But this kind of goes to a point. I'm not sure how I feel about that, so I'm interested in having a try of it. Whoa.
Why are you saying whoa?
I don't know, Bill. So this is a stippling brush. I've got a couple of these from different companies. I find that I very seldom use it. I do stipple, but I tend to use an older, broken down dry brush for it. But if you're going to stipple, they're just, you know, it's as good as any stippling brush.
It is.
Indeed. So this is the monster brush. Now I use this quite a lot when I'm base coating things. I do find, yeah, monster brush, Boo. So I find this really, really helpful. Again, the bristles seem a bit flakier than the last one I've got. I'm not going to run and grab it. Maybe when we're doing the comparison video, when I'm kind of doing some actual techniques and stuff with it, see how they go. We'll compare it to my old one, because my old one's about 2 years old and it's still going strong.
Is this your last job?
Yeah, this is the last video I've got to make today, Boo. Now, for some context, Boo really wants to watch me play Final Fantasy VII on the PS4. So Boo wants me to finish doing these videos, which is why he's here annoying me to try and make me do them quicker. So you will bear with me, guys. I will rush through this for the sake of my toddler. But yes, so this is the Regiment brush. This is the other one I use quite a lot. I'll tend to use the Monster brush to do the base coating of a model. And then I'll use this one to pick out the detailing of still base coating. But sort of, if an orc, for instance, is all greens, metals and things like that, I'll use that to do the leathers and stuff like that.
Because you know I love to help.
I know you love to help, Boo. And then we go down, so you get like the likes of the character brush, the detail brush, the insane detail brush, and then this one, which is called the psycho brush. And these are just brushes that go down in increments. But look at that.
This is why I came to help.
I know, Boo, you've come to help. So that's the psycho brush. Look at it. It's ridiculous. I've got about 4 of these, because obviously I buy this set every time I need to replace my brushes. But I never ever use this brush. I've been told it's a bit of a godsend, but it just doesn't fit the way I paint, I guess, because I'm more sloppily get them finished. And then you get this, which is a Kolinsky Masterclass brush. I actually like these, and I've got a set of more brushes of these, but the quality in the actual sort of bristles a bit better. But in terms of it, yeah, they're not bad brushes. Obviously, we're going to mess around with them. And I found the quality does kind of vary. I've bought a full set where the brushes have been crap and lasted no time at all. And then I've got the current set I bought about 1.5 years, 2 years-ish ago. And they're fine, but that's maybe because I've started using better brush cleaner and things like that. All in all, though, they're not a bad brush for their price.
We gotta just have a look at them.
We're not going to paint with them today, no, Boo. That's okay. So, yeah, guys, in terms of it, these brushes, they're okay for their quality. I think in terms of Games Workshop's current brushes, they're better than Games Workshop's current brushes.
Well, to paint my...
What are you going to paint with yours? Your Death Guard.
Yeah.
Have you got Death Guard? Yeah. Is it because they're all nurgly and you smell?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're the great unclean one, aren't you? So yeah, guys, to get back to it, my son is the great one, unclean one. But I think these are better than Games Workshop's current range of brushes. Do I think they're better than Games Workshop's blue-handled, red-handled, or the black-handled with the coloured tips? That sounds really weird when you say that out loud. No, I don't. These aren't as good as those brushes. But Games Workshop's current crop of brushes, I don't think are particularly good. I find they're really cheap. I don't mean cheap as in to buy. I mean they're cheap quality. I definitely wouldn't recommend them as much as I would recommend these. I still genuinely believe you're much better going for a better set of brushes, or buying a set of kind of nail art brushes from somewhere like Amazon. And we're going to have a look at a couple of those in the future. And kind of your cheaper end and your more expensive end of those type of brushes. And then what we'll do is we'll look at some Games Workshop brushes. We'll just kind of have a check, see which brushes suit. Different ones work better for different people, but for me, these are good for batch painting. So guys, hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you'll follow on with the rest of the series. Give us a like. Leave a comment down below whether you've ever used these brushes. Especially if, like me, you've bought multiple packs of them and you find that the quality of them varies wildly between packs of brushes. Let me know if you didn't like them. Absolutely. Obviously, give us a subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you'll always be made aware. Thank you guys for watching. Parker, you going to say goodbye to the people?
Goodbye.
There you go. That's Parker saying goodbye. Pray the dice gods and hope to smile upon you. Take care, guys. Bye.